What's up, fellas and fellettes? For all y'all out there in the YouTube world, we got. Let me get away from that. It's echoing. Hello. It's empty. Nah, it's not empty anymore. Anyway, I told you guys we was gonna do a catch can. We got an Evil Energy Amazon special. I can't remember right now. Maybe like 40 or 50 bucks. We got one for this truck and one for the, this is a 6053. We got one for each one. I just got through putting this one on. The cameraman wasn't around, so I kind of just jumped in on it and knocked it out real quick. But gonna walk you through some tips and some things to kind of take it on your own, do what you want. But I kind of modified mine a little bit. But anyway, this thing comes boxed. This is your catch can. You can get black, red, blue, I think, and of course we got the I guess they're calling this stainless, but I don't really know. But anyway, it comes with a cap on the top. You got your dipstick to check and see if it's got any in it, any oil in it, and you got an in and out. So for everybody that don't know, depending on your year model, but most of the LS motors, I'm gonna say, don't hold me to it, but 99 to about, I'm gonna say like 6 or 7. Your PCV valve is gonna be on the driver's side, and it's easy to find. You just look on your valve cover on your driver's side. It'll be towards the back of the firewall, and it'll pull out, and it's a little valve, it's a little check valve in there. And that's what keeps this engine able to breathe while this, the crank's building up pressure. If not, so you'll have oil blowback going, maybe out the dipstick or something like that, come out of other places. But if it's breathing right, you shouldn't have oil coming out anywhere. But what we're preventing with the catch can is keeping oil from cycling back through the crank, pushing up through the valves, and back into the intake and being reburnt through the spark plugs. So the less oil we can return on the spark plugs, the better fire we get, right? So we're hunting the fire, hunting gas and air, all that good stuff. But anyway, back to this. This comes with a little breather, and like I say, it's plugged in and out, the dipstick, and this thing, actually, you can take it off once you get it mounted. This is how if your dipstick's showing you have some in it, you'll take this off and pour it out. But where a lot of people screwing up, it comes with this mesh, and this filters all the particles that comes through. But basically, this little canister within the canister unscrews, and you can see it screws into the lid. So what you want to do, you'll get it, and it'll be perforated holes here and here. It screws apart also. So you'll take this mesh and basically just pull it apart enough to fill up this little container. And what I done is cut it with a pair of really sharp scissors, because this is all made together. So when I cut it, of course it's going to leave particles and things like that, so you don't want that getting back in the engine. So just when you get it, I kind of twist it real tight, cut it, make sure that there's no frayed ends or anything, kind of like that right there. That'll be enough to go in here and filter what we need. So just cut it, make sure that nothing gets into this thing. And kind of, once I got it together, I just blew it out kind of a little bit. Stuck it up, just blew it out, brushed my hands on it, just made sure nothing was in it. So you put that back in, and you want to just, of course, reinstall in reverse order. So this screws back into the top. And if you don't make me a liar, just like that. And you can take this stick out of the way. It's a little easier to get it back in there while you're working on it. But once you get it all back together, you just stick the can back on. But a lot of guys on the internet screwing up, sticking this in here like this, and well, that's not the way it's designed to be done. So don't know what it'll do if you do that, but anyway, it's made to go in here. So once you get all that back together, just screw it all together like so. And it comes with this little nifty, aggravating aluminum mounting plate, which we're gonna end up putting on this one anyway, so I'll open it. But it comes like this, with a little bracket. So, and it comes with a little sack of goodies. So a lot of people are going 8 oh man, we just did it that time. They're going 8 other various fittings. I think it's even got a 6 fitting, which is basically your 3/8. It's a 3/8 hose, I think 8 and some other. But anyway, it comes with O-rings to put on your fittings. A lot of guys are taking and putting Teflon. I didn't do Teflon just for simple fact that usually on all things that have O-rings, the O-ring seals, so Teflon's useless. It could be a fail-safe point, but in my circumstance, I never do it with AC lines. I always use the O-rings that comes with AC lines, so that's what stops it. I don't ever Teflon any of those. So I figured if it was good enough for AC, pressurized, this is not so much pressurized, but test it out. Ain't got no issues with it. Y'all can Teflon it if you want to. It's up to you. And if I have a leak develop, I'll end up doing it, but right now, no. But basically, we just tried to figure out where we're gonna stick it. This kit comes with one piece of 3/8 line, basically a fuel line, with the box. And of course, it's stamped with Evil Energy, and it makes it all fast and special, but it's not enough on most occasions, which in this case, it wasn't for me. I got some 8 and fuel line left over, and I was going to convert that, but I don't have the 8 fittings on hand, so for the time being we just plumbed it and put my fittings out here. Went with 3/8 line. One of these came with the kit, the other one came with the other kit, which I use. So now I'm going to have to go down to the parts store and get some more 3/8 line to plumb the 5.3. But basically, this is another screw up everybody does. You're in, you want to go to the PCV valve down on the valve cover, because you want the dirty coming into the can, and we want clean, which is going to go out, coming back out to the intake. So you want your clean air going into your intake. Just remember that. In, we're going into the can from the valve cover where possible oil contaminant is. Out, it's coming back out to the intake fresh. So that's basically it. We just drilled a hole, 2 holes in there. I cut this little ear off. I actually shortened it up to about this first hole, and then drilled a new hole just to shorten that up a little bit. There's a little gaudy sitting up there. Was trying to keep this clean as possible. Gonna do some different stuff in the future. Maybe get rid of these inner fenders and bag it, and new steering column and whatnot. So right now this will work. We can relocate it if we need to. Probably the 8 will look better. It'd be dressier with those fittings and everything, but that's something that don't have to be done right now. I mean, it kind of matches our theme of what we're going for here. Of course, over there with Big Sexy, we'll probably do something different, but right now this is just what it is. But I crank it up, test everything out. Everything's good. We ain't got any loss of oil pressure or anything like that. So we'll have to do a test run going down, and just driving it at high RPMs. But I don't see anything going on with it. It's pretty simple to do. I mean, I kind of went out, and drilled holes and had extra bolts and things like that. But the kit comes with most everything you need. It's got some little Allen screws and nuts to clamp this onto this bracket. Now, it does not come with hardware to connect it to the truck. So the firewall, I drilled it and just come right by the brake booster inside the cab, and stuck some nice machine screws on it with nylon nuts. And basically the routing is the biggest thing, is getting the PCV hose where it comes out. You don't want anything pinched or anything like that, but if you get it too much of an angle, it'll try to pop that out. So this is what we're working with right now. Of course, it's a lot easier to take this cover off, and then the mount that holds the cover to the top of the intake off, where you can get to that intake valve that comes, or the neck that comes out that you're gonna have to put the outline to. It's just easier to work with. You don't have to, but I don't like fooling with a lot of that plastic on top of that intake. Just for simple fact, we break it, we're gonna have to go down that rabbit hole. So anyway, that's pretty much all it is to this. Of course, we wouldn't have it any other way. Can you see that? I smell it. Made in China. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Probably half of this stuff is nowadays. I know everything is on the shelf. But anyway, we appreciate you guys for tagging along. A lot of guys don't like builds. They like to just, you know, find them in the woods, make them run. I'm all about that too. May do some of that in the near future. This truck's got a long way to go. Got a lot of things coming up for it. That one's got a lot coming to it too. Matter of fact, after probably the first year, we're gonna have some different things, AC and different stuff going on it. But right now we got everything set up kind of where we want it. It'll get us from A to B and we can have some fun doing it. But we're gonna take y'all for a ride along in this thing here in the near future and kind of get some video of what we're doing with the motor. I'd like to have it put on a dyno. Some buddies of ours have a performance shop local, and reason being too, I almost forgot, the this little breather here, the reason I didn't use it, and it clamps on, but this particular brand, now it's not like that for every brand, but this one is causing a lot of people vacuum issues. And our buddies with the performance shop, you know, I checked in with them too. If you're gonna put it on, it goes on the top where that plug is, facing up on the very top of the can. But I had read up on it, and everybody was having issues with it, causing vacuum leaks. They said the same thing. And I mean, they pump out like, you know, 1,000, 1,500 horsepower cars and trucks. So turbos, superchargers, and you know, if they're having issues with it, I'm definitely not gonna mess with it. So I checked in with them just to see, and his recommendation was just like the internet, just leave the plug in and it comes from the factory and you won't have no problems with it. So the little breather, on some of the higher end, you know, you can spend $300-400 on these catch cans. Those are a little different. Now I think they're working pretty well on those, but anyway, thought I'd throw that at you. But anywho, we may next year turbo this thing, so not real sure. May start out with a decent kit. You know, it's gonna involve injectors and all that good stuff. So it's got plenty of power right now, but it just, you know, the cool factor. I mean, who wouldn't want to see that sitting here, you know? Actually, I need to scoot something over stuff because I need some AC. Because down in Lower Alabama, y'all, it gets hot. Man, it gets hot. We're appreciating right now this 50-degree weather, 30s at night. It comes very rare, but anyway, long story, long-winded, whatever you want to call it. But this is what it is, a little short video. And y'all stay with us. We appreciate y'all for everything. Y'all follow us and subscribe. Maybe one day we can kind of do what these big guys are doing and do a giveaway or something, you know? I mean, just to show our little token appreciation, you know? But got some shows coming up we're gonna try to take y'all to, and some other little things coming. So stay with the channel. The guy behind the camera sure appreciates you. I don't know how I ended up on the front side, but we're going to swap roles here in the near future. So the guy behind the camera is gonna start wrenching a little bit and show you guys what he knows. And I'm gonna do a little bit of videoing. So y'all have a good one. Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving, and if I don't see you again before Christmas, which I'm sure we probably will, y'all stay out there and keep feeding the beans to it. You know what I'm saying? Put the pedal to the metal every chance you get. Appreciate y'all.